Welcome to Session 6, Establish Your System for Leads. In this session, Coach Mark gets really practical on how to stay top of mind when somebody is about ready to sell a home, when somebody's about ready to buy a home, they think of you. As the professional sales trainer Zig Ziglar said, quote, "People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care," unquote. Intentionality is what's going to set you apart from other agents, and this session is going to teach you how to do it. After the session, there's going to be some questions that go across the screen, and you can pause it and discuss that with your team. Or if you're watching this alone, go ahead and write down your answers so you can really reflect on what you're learning. Now, if you're a new agent or a seasoned agent, you ask the question, what should I do today? And the answer is you need to stay top of mind with future clients. You need to set up a system that is intentional and consistent so you can be there when they're ready to buy or sell. Remember our saying, think right and be successful. Let's jump into Session 6, Establishing a System for Leads.
Nobody sends them anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's like, Christmas when they open up, oh my gosh, I got something that's like handwritten. Yep. It'll force you to remember who you talked with. Mm-hmm. It'll force you to get your business cards in there because you're going to put a business card in there. Mm-hmm. And what I used to do, I'd put a $100 bill underneath it, and if I didn't get it out, then my assistant, she got to keep the $100. To develop a system, because the disorganized is relative. I mean, we'll go over this, but there are some people that are super disorganized as far as how it might look, but they're organized in their system.
Organized chaos.
Exactly. Yeah. So to help to develop a system for leads, tracking, and daily business. So this is what I would do. 3 things. One is I would go and buy thank you cards. You're going to want to get 500 or 1,000. Make it a goal to send 10 of these out a week.
Mm-hmm. Can I have one of those?
You can have one of those.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
how many a week did you say?
I would say 10 a week. And they're going to be thank yous, but the thank you is very general in this regard. Thank you for coming by the open house. So let's say that they registered, they put in the address, or you had a communication with them about where they currently live, they have a house to sell. The next day, stick it in the mail. Hey, thanks for coming through the open house. Nice to meet you. Let's say that you are at your CPA's office, or your attorney, or your financial planner, or you name it, your doctor's office, and you happen to be having a conversation about, how's life? And then I'm in real estate now, great, whatever. Hey, thanks for taking a minute to have a conversation with me. Looking forward to helping you or anybody that, right. So those are, when I say thank you, it's not like, thanks for working with me, but, and that'll still do a few things. One is nobody sends them anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's like, Christmas when they open up, oh my gosh, I got something that's like handwritten. Yep. It'll force you to remember who you talked with. Mm-hmm. It'll force you to get your business cards in there because you're going to put a business card in there. Mm-hmm. And what I used to do is I'd put a $100 bill underneath it, and if I didn't get it out, then my assistant, she got to keep the $100. So you'll have to figure out a thing for you that, whatever that is, make sure you get your 10 out every week. Okay. The second thing is you're going to want to create a database. Do you have like a sphere?
I have Sync, and I'm like having an issue trying to figure out, because I get my Sync leads through there.
Yep.
Do you use Sync?
Yep.
Okay. So my sphere, I'm trying to figure out, where do they fit in? Do I put them in Sync? Or
so you're going to put them in there and label them. So I'd put them in an Excel sheet, and then you could email it, and they'll just upload it with a particular label. So I would label it a sphere, or you could label it friends and family, or because at this point it's not like you're going to be calling it, a past client or something. So
right.
it's so you, whatever it is that you'll know when you see that label, it's all right. Those are my friends, family, relatives, acquaintances, whatever. Okay,
so I don't have to sit there and individually add each person.
Well, you would do it on Excel.
Right, and I got that. Okay.
And if that database is more than 500, it's too big because it's going to be impossible for you to really dig in. You're going to make more money the deeper you can go with these people that you know versus the I've got 8,000 people that I'm hardly able to stay actually, so for you, I would say if it's more than if it was between 500 and 1,000, I would try to go through and scale off, like who in here really haven't I spoke to in 5 years or something, okay? The reason I say that is you're gonna want to set up a system. The system that I used to use is alphabetical. So I would pick a day of the week would be A's, and then B's and C's, and then you could do either by first name or last name. And that day you make a phone call to them.
Okay.
So you're hitting them every 26 days. You don't have to do it. You can do it like 1 month, skip a month, and then restart again. So if you feel like it's too much, it won't be too much work because it's all you have to do right now. But in terms of you don't want to feel like you're calling them every single day.
Yeah.
But the phone call basically goes, hey John, it's Ginger. Hope you had a great weekend. Just looking forward to catching up with you. I don't know if you know, but I got into real estate. You can even say, I actually had, a lender friend of mine, he hired a coach 6 years ago, and he still has him. But he called me and said, hey, I just hired a coach as part of my thing that they have me do. I've got to take a certain amount of people out to lunch, and you're one of them. He'd been in mortgage lending for 20 years, but had never actually sold. Like he just always would, whatever business kind of made its way in is what he would get, and he's exploded his business. But so for him, it was a hard call or it would have been a hard call had it been like, hey, I'm looking at, but for him, it was just like, he said, I know this is weird, but here's what my coach said, and so I want to take you out to lunch. So for you, you got to figure out somehow to connect with them. Obviously, if it's someone that you know well, and most people are surprised, oh, hey, well, thanks for calling. Okay, have a great day. And it's just the touch, okay? Yeah. The third thing that I would do regarding the system in terms of staying in front of people is the monthly, I'll call it a love letter. So basically, it's just a monthly newsletter that you send out that's written. It isn't like a pre-generated one that you can buy from a real estate website. It really isn't even going to be about real estate. It's going to be about you. Like I would use, so you have a great in, I would use a negative into a positive with you being a survivor and everything. Like, here's where I'm at in my journey, or here's my next goal, or whatever. And use that to your advantage of looking forward to keeping in touch with you guys. And then every month you send that out. Letter of the heart is what, there was a coach that I hired years ago that it was one of the suggestions he had. And so, but those are 3 simple ways that are going to do a few things. 1, it's going to keep you in front of people. And number 2, it's going to help you keep a system so that you'll get in the habit of, you know what, I can't handle this email until I get, whatever done that's on your list here. And then number 3 is it's just, picking up the phone. I don't know what your personality is like as far as making a phone call, but a lot of people, the phone can be really heavy because, oh my gosh, I have to call. And so,
I'm getting better.
There you go. Yeah. So, but if you do those 3 things, you almost won't be able to miss on the long haul, 6 months, a year of the question that you had, which is how do I get people that are around me that know me to think about real estate?
Session 6 questions. Number 1, do you consistently send out thank you cards? Why or why not? Number 2, what is the tension between having an effective system and still being personal? Number 3, is your database up to date? Why or why not? Next time in What Should I Do Today?
You get to walk through a deal, you get to see all the steps, you get to make a young couple happy. So there's all these different emotional and psychological wins along the way, but also you get paid at the end of the day.
Hey, thanks for listening to this session. This is Benjamin Beaver, Creative Director at The Agent Experience, and I want to let you know about something. If you're watching or listening to this and you're like, this is great and helpful, but I want to really take my real estate sales to that next level. What you need to apply for is Mark Young's coaching experience, where Mark Young comes alongside you and consistently teaches you how to think right and to be successful. Now, how do you apply? You actually are going to do something. You can call me just directly, 330-907-7355. And if I'm at a shoot or I'm creating other real estate material, just leave a detailed message or shoot me a text that says, hey, I'm interested in Mark Young's coaching experience. Now, there's limited spots for this, so you're going to want to apply quickly. So do that. Jump onto coachmarkyoung.com and we will get connected and we will teach you how to think right and to be successful.